Chosen one, sit down. Do not scroll past this one. There is a document with your name at the top of it, and under your name there is one line, 1, not 7. And you have been living as though there were 7, which is the entire reason you are this tired. That heaviness that does not lift after rest, that low guilt that runs underneath every single thing you do, including the good things. That feeling of being busy from morning to night and unable to point at one thing that is actually done. Do not call yourself lazy again. Maybe in the last 72 hours you opened something you have been avoiding, looked at it for 4 minutes and closed it. Perhaps someone asked how a certain project was going and you changed the subject smoothly, the way you have learned to. Maybe you said yes this week to something good that you did not have room for. Or maybe you were awake at 3 in the morning making a list, and every item on that list was reasonable, and you still woke up with none of it moved. Here is what heaven is saying to you today. You are not exhausted from carrying too much. You are exhausted from closing nothing. Finish one, and 6 of them either fall away or arrive in their proper order. The opposition has never needed to stop you. It only needs to keep you spread. A scattered chosen one is a safe chosen one. It has watched you start 7 honorable things because it learned a long time ago that 7 honorable things running at once produce exactly the same result as no things at all, and they come with the added benefit that you will blame yourself for it. You are not undisciplined. You were given 1 assignment and trained for 10. Within the next 24 hours, the guilt spread evenly across all 7 of those doors can begin to gather into one clear place. Not so it can accuse you. So you can finally see where it has been pointing this whole time. You chose the harder thing when nobody was watching. You chose to keep the promise that cost you money. You chose to keep showing up for the work that has never once thanked you. And think back to one moment this week. You opened it. You looked at it. It has been sitting at roughly 80% for longer than you want to admit. And you closed it again and told yourself you would come back when things settled. You have believed that the delay is a time problem. It has never been a time problem. Something unfinished cannot be judged, and that protection is worth more to you right now than the finishing is. That is not a character flaw. That is a very old strategy, and it kept you safe in a season when it needed to. Something older than any system placed this in front of you today, and the timing is not casual, because the window on this particular work is tied to a season of your life and not to a date on a calendar. So stay with me all the way through. In the next few minutes, I am going to give you the 3-question test that isolates the one thing out of your 7. I am going to show you the noble hiding place you have been using without knowing it. And near the end, I am going to name the exact agreement that has been holding your work at 80% for years. If you leave now, you leave with all 7 doors still open, and you already know what that costs you tonight. Anointed one, let me show you what tonight looks like if nothing moves. You go to bed at a reasonable hour. You lie down and the 7 doors open one by one inside your head, and you visit each one for about 90 seconds, and you leave every single one of them exactly where it was. That is not rest. That is a night shift nobody is paying you for. Chosen one. And in the morning you will call that tiredness a personality trait. You will call it your age. You will call it the season. It is none of those. It is 7 unfinished things drawing power from one body. Chosen one, I am not speaking to you from a theory. I have lived inside that house. I remember a season of my own life when I kept one thing at roughly 80% for 9 years. It was written. It was almost right. It only needed an ending and a decision, and I gave it neither. Every few months I opened the folder. I moved 2 sentences around. I fixed a word nobody would ever notice. Then I closed the folder and felt, for about an hour, like a man who had worked. Chosen one, I called that discipline. It was not. It was maintenance of a shelter. As long as that work stayed unfinished, no one could tell me it was small, and I could not find out for myself either. The lesson took me 9 years to receive, and here it is in one line. I was not protecting the quality of the work. I was protecting myself from the verdict on it. Anointed one, The same pattern may be running in you right now, and it is not running because you are weak. It is running because it works. Anointed one, I remember another season, closer to now, when I said yes to 4 good things inside a single month. All 4 were honorable. All 4 had a real need attached. I ate lunch in the car between them. I prayed in parking lots with the engine still warm. And at the end of that month, I was admired by more people than ever, and I had finished nothing that carried my actual name on it. That is when I understood that busyness is the most respected form of avoidance available to a believer. Now hear the lie, because it is specific, and you have heard it in your own voice. The lie says you will finish it when the house is quiet. The lie says it is not ready to be seen yet. The lie says a person who cares about excellence does not rush. And the cruelest version of the lie says that finishing this one thing would be selfish, while all these other people still need you. Chosen one, notice what every version of that lie has in common. Not one of them tells you to quit. Every single one of them tells you to wait. Quitting would wake you up. Waiting keeps you asleep with your hand still on the door. Scripture settles it in one line, in John chapter 17, verse 4. At the end of his assignment, the Son says to the Father that he has finished the work he was given to do. Read that again with your own life in your hands. He does not say he finished everything. He does not say he met every need in Judea. He says he finished the work that was given, singular, assigned. That is not a promise that your days will get easier. It is a promise that your days have a shape, and the shape has an edge, and you are allowed to reach the edge. Chosen one, this is the seal on everything that follows. You were never audited on the 7. You were entrusted with the 1, and the tiredness you feel is not the punishment for laziness. It is the electricity bill of a house where nothing has been closed. Anointed one, hear the size of what is being offered here. Not more strength, not more hours. One closed door, and a body that finally gets to stop guarding the hallway. Some messages do not merely inform you. They rearrange the wiring of the room you are sitting in. So before we go one step further, I want to place something in front of you and then leave it there. In the middle of preparing this word, I kept running into the same obstacle in people I was helping. They knew exactly which door to close. What they could not do was hold their attention on that door long enough to close it. 6 days out of 7, the attention slid off. That gap has a physical explanation, and a doctor I have come to trust has spent years building something small for exactly that gap. I am not going to describe it yet. Hold one question with me instead. What if the reason you cannot stay with one thing is not your character at all? Chosen one, as we step back into the beginning of your own story, I need you to stop treating your past like evidence against you. Before we can close anything, we have to walk through how the doors got opened, because not one of them was opened by a fool. Go back with me to the season it started. You were younger, and you had capacity, and you had that particular kind of faith that says yes before it counts the cost, because counting the cost felt like unbelief. Somebody needed something. You had the hands. You opened the first door. Anointed one. The first door was for your household. It was a way to bring in more, or to owe less, or to stop the monthly arithmetic that happens in your chest at the grocery store. There is nothing unspiritual about that door. You opened it out of love, wearing work clothes. The second door opened because you were the only one in the room who could do the thing they asked. Nobody else lifted a hand. And a person overlooked for years does not know how to refuse the first place they are finally seen. The third door opened in a sanctuary or something like one. Somebody said the words gift and calling in the same sentence about you, and something in your chest stood up. So you took the role. You took the class. You took the list of names to pray over. Chosen one. The fourth door opened because you were trying to heal. You signed up for the training, the certification, the study that was going to make you into the person who does not repeat the last 10 years. That was not vanity. That was a wounded person building a door out. The fifth door you did not open at all. Someone else left, and it swung open where they used to stand, and you stepped into the gap because gaps make you nervous. Nobody thanked you. Nobody replaced you. It simply became yours. The sixth door opened for money you genuinely needed, not greed. A bill that kept moving from one week to the next until you took work that paid enough to keep you and not enough to release you. And the seventh door, anointed one, you opened alone. You have barely told anyone about it. It is the one that has no external deadline, no client, no supervisor, nobody checking. It is the quietest one, and it is the one that will not let you sleep. Anointed one, 7 doors. Every one opened by a reasonable person, acting in good faith on the best information available. I want that on the record before we go further, because shame cannot close a door. Shame can only stand in the hallway apologizing. But here is where it goes deeper. A door that is opened is not the problem. A door left standing ajar is. There is a name for what you are living inside, and once you have the name, you cannot unsee it. The 7 open doors. Chosen one, picture an actual house in the middle of January with 7 doors each, cracked about 4 inches. Not one of them wide enough to notice. The furnace runs all night. The house never gets warm. And the person inside does not think there is a problem with the doors, because from the inside it just feels like a cold house and a tired body and a bill that keeps climbing for reasons nobody can name. That is the exact shape of your interior life right now. Nothing dramatic is wrong. Everything is slightly open. Chosen one. An unfinished thing does not lie still. It runs in the background of you at all hours, the way a light left on in an empty room still draws current. You are not paying for the work. You are paying for the not finishing. Anointed one. Noah was given one instruction and it took most of a lifetime, and heaven never once handed him a second project to run alongside it. David gathered stone and cedar and iron for a house he would never be allowed to build, and he did that one thing completely instead of doing 6 things halfway. Solomon finished the temple. The record does not celebrate how many things he started. It records that he completed the thing he was handed. Chosen one, let me talk to you about what is happening in your body right now, today, in the present tense, because the past explains it, but the present is where you are paying for it. Anointed one, you sleep 7 or 8 hours. You wake and there is a weight on your chest before your feet touch the floor. You are not sad exactly, you are pre-tired. By 10 in the morning you have made 40 small decisions about which of the 7 doors deserves you today. And by 2 you are staring at a screen reading the same line 4 times. Now here is what you have been telling yourself about that, and I want you to hear how quietly cruel it is. You have decided you are lazy, or that you are getting old, or that something in your wiring is broken, and everyone else got the version of the brain that follows through. If any part of this describes a health concern that has been with you a long time, please take it to a doctor as well, because this word and good medical care are not competitors. But for most of the people hearing this, the diagnosis is wrong. Chosen one, here is the real mechanism, and it is not mystical. It is how a mind is built. Anything you have started and not closed occupies a live slot in your attention, not when you work on it, always. The mind keeps an open register of every commitment that has no ending, and it checks that register constantly, quietly, without your permission, because to a mind, an unresolved commitment is an unlocked door in a house at night. It cannot let it go. It has to keep listening. So you are not running 7 projects. You are running 1 project and 6 background processes, and the 6 are billing you the entire time. It is not overload, it is an open loop. That is the whole diagnosis in 6 words. Anointed one, and this rewrites everything behind you. Those years you called wasted were not wasted on laziness. They were spent paying a tax you did not know existed. Every honorable, yes, added a permanent line item. You were not failing to work hard. You were working hard in a house where all the heat was leaving through gaps. Anointed one, look at Nehemiah for a moment. He had one assignment: build the wall. And the record does not say the wall went up because he was gifted or because he had good tools. It went up in 52 days because 4 separate times, people with real standing invited him down to the valley for a conversation that sounded completely reasonable, and 4 separate times he refused to come down. 52 days, 1 assignment, 4 refusals. That is the whole method. not more energy, fewer descents. Chosen one. Understand what he was protecting. He was not protecting his time. He was protecting his ability to finish. A man who comes down 4 times does not finish late. He finishes never, and he does it with a very reasonable explanation each time. Chosen one. So here is what I want you to do before this message is over, and it costs you nothing but 10 minutes and 1 sheet of paper. Not tomorrow, tonight. You are going to write your 7 doors down by hand, not typed. By hand, because your hand is slower than your avoidance, and it will make you finish each line. And I will walk you through exactly how in a few moments, because there is a specific way to do it that changes what you see. Right now, if something in you sat up when I said 7 doors, do this for me. Go down to the comments and type the words 7 doors. Not for me, because writing a thing where other people can see it converts a private ache into a named condition, and named conditions can be treated. And when you scroll and see how many others typed the same 2 words tonight, you will stop believing you are the only one running a house full of drafts. Chosen one, stay with me here, because what comes next is the part that actually separates the 1 from the 7, and almost nobody gets to it on their own. Chosen one, here is the question that stops everyone. If 6 of the 7 have to wait, how on earth do you know which one is the one? Because they all look important from the inside. That is what makes this so hard. You are not choosing between good and bad. You are choosing between good, and nobody ever taught you how. So let me hand you the instrument I use, and it is 3 questions long. The one thing test. Anointed one, before I give you the first question, hear what it is not. It is not asking which door is most urgent, because urgency is decided by other people, and other people did not receive your assignment. It is not asking which one pays best. It is not asking which one you feel most guilty about, because guilt attaches itself to the loudest door, not the truest one. Question 1. Which of the 7 is still standing there when you are at your most exhausted, without you having to remind yourself that it exists? Chosen one, sit with that, because it is more precise than it sounds. Every one of your 7 survives on a good day. The test only works at your lowest hour. Think about last Thursday at 9 at night, when you had nothing left, when you were too tired to be a good person, on the couch, with your phone in your hand, and no ambition in your body. What was still there? Not what you thought you should be doing. What was actually still there, pulling at the corner of you, unbothered by your exhaustion? 6 of your doors need your energy to stay alive. 1 of them is generating its own. That one is not asking for discipline. It has never asked for discipline. It has been waiting for you to finish it since before you were qualified to. Anointed one, finishing is a spiritual act, not a productivity habit. A spiritual act because finishing is the only thing that turns an intention into an offering, and heaven has never yet been handed an unfinished offering by anyone who had the power to finish it. Anointed one, I want to tell you how I found mine. There was a stretch of about 2 years when I was running on almost nothing, and everything I had committed to went silent inside me. Every good project I had begun stopped talking, but there was one thing that kept surfacing when I was too tired to defend against it, and I resented it, honestly, because I wanted it to be one of the impressive ones, and it was not. The lesson took me an embarrassingly long time to accept. The assignment does not compete for your attention. It simply refuses to leave. Question 2. Which of the 7 have you already paid for before anybody was watching? Chosen one, now this one has teeth. So let me be specific rather than poetic. I do not mean which one costs you the most now. I mean, which one already took something from you back when it had no audience and no reward? Which one made you spend money you did not have? Which one made you sit up past midnight learning something with nobody to impress? Which one cost you a friendship because you would not bend it? Which one you kept working on in the season when your account balance was the number you checked more often than you admit? And here is where I need to name something out loud that most people speaking about calling will not touch. There is very likely a door among your 7 that you opened purely for money. The extra contract, the weekend work, The job that pays enough to keep you and not enough to release you. And that door does not just take your Saturday. It takes the exact 2 hours of the week where the real work actually lives, and it takes them permanently. Anointed one, I am not telling you to walk away from what feeds your household. That would be foolish counsel, and heaven is not foolish. But hear this, the money door is not your enemy. It is your scaffolding. Scaffolding is honorable, and scaffolding is temporary. And the tragedy is not that you built scaffolding. The tragedy is that you have started calling the scaffolding the building. Chosen one door has already been paid for by you, in a currency nobody reimbursed. That receipt is not lost. Heaven keeps a different ledger than your calendar does, and there is a third question that will settle this entirely. Question 3. Which of the 7, if you never do it, will not get done that way by anyone else? Chosen one, read that carefully. Because I did not say nobody will do it. Somebody will. Another person will step into the room and handle it, and they may handle it better than you would have. That is not the question. The question is whether the particular shape of it, the version that exists only because of what you have survived and how you love, ever arrives on the earth at all if you do not finish it. 6 of your doors would be handled competently by a replacement within a month. That is not an insult. That is a mercy. One of them would simply not exist, and that is the one. Anointed one, now put the 3 together, because the test only works as a set. Which one is still there when you are empty? Which one you have already paid for in private? Which one dies with you if you leave it at 80%? Only one of the 7 answers all 3, and I promise you, you already know which one it is. You knew by the second question. What you have been missing is not information. It is permission. Chosen one, here is exactly how to do this tonight. And I want you to do it with paper, not a screen. Screens let you edit while you think. Paper makes you commit while you think. 1 sheet, a pen, 10 minutes on a timer, because without the timer, this becomes another unfinished thing. Number the page 1 through 7, and write each open door as a single sentence, not a paragraph. 1 sentence. If you cannot say what a door is in 1 sentence, that is your first discovery, because a thing you cannot state is a thing you cannot finish. Chosen one, then write next to each one the honest percentage, not the hopeful one, the real one, the one you would confess to somebody who loves you and is not impressed by you. You will notice something uncomfortable. Most will land between 70 and 90, almost none at 20. That pattern is not an accident, and I will explain it before this message ends. Then mark the 3 letters. Put an S beside every door that is still there when you are empty. Put a P beside every door you have already paid for. Put an O beside every door that only you can finish in that particular way. Whatever collects all 3 letters gets circled. And then the last line, which is the one most people skip. At the bottom of the page, write 1 sentence describing what finished actually looks like for the circled door. Not what good looks like, what done looks like. Because a door with no definition of done is not a door. It is a hallway, and hallways go on forever. Anointed one, let me show you the evening on the other side of that page. It is a Tuesday, nothing special, and you have closed the 1 thing, not the whole house, 1 door. You are standing in your kitchen, and the light is bad, and nobody clapped, and there is no announcement. But something in your chest has stopped scanning. That constant low hum of 6 things checking in has dropped by 1, and the silence where it used to be is so unfamiliar that you almost mistake it for sadness. Anointed one, then you notice something you did not expect. 2 of the remaining doors feel lighter, and you have not touched them. That is not imagination. That is what happens when the mind receives proof that closure is possible in this house. It stops treating every open thing as permanent. Compare that evening to the one you are actually going to have this week, where all 7 stay ajar and you go to bed with the furnace running. The distance between those 2 evenings is not talent, and it is not more hours. It is 1 closed door. So do this with me. Down in the comments, type 1, door tonight. Just those 3 words. Say it where it can be read, because a decision spoken out loud in front of witnesses behaves very differently from a decision kept in your head, and heaven has never had a problem with people who write things down. Chosen one, as we move into the hardest layer of this word, I need you to promise me you will not flinch, because this next part is where most people quietly close the message and go make themselves useful somewhere. Anointed one, here is the symptom. There are days you work from 6 in the morning until 9 at night. You are helpful the entire time. You solve 4 problems that belong to other people, and you lie down at the end of it strangely hollow. Not proud, hollow. And you cannot say why, because by every visible measure you were magnificent that day. You have explained that hollowness to yourself by saying you are just a servant at heart, that you were built to carry others, that this is what love looks like. And some of that is true, but not all of it, and the untrue part is costing you your assignment. Chosen one, because here is the mechanism nobody names. When the one thing gets close enough to being finished that it might actually be judged, you do not quit it. Quitting would be obvious. You do something far more sophisticated. You go and be excellent somewhere else. You pick up a second good work with a real need and real gratitude attached, and you pour yourself into it completely, and the community applauds you for it. That is the trap, and it deserves a name. The noble hiding place. It is the only hiding place on earth where people thank you for hiding. If you hid in a bottle, someone would sit you down. If you hid in a screen for 6 hours, your family would notice. But hide inside serving, hide inside a committee, hide inside an emergency that belongs to somebody else, and you will be praised for the exact behavior that is keeping your work unfinished. Anointed one, Martha was not doing anything wrong in that kitchen. That is the part people miss when they tell the story badly. She was cooking for a guest. She was serving. The meal was real and the hunger was real, and somebody had to do it. But the one thing was sitting in the next room, and she was in the kitchen, and she was so certain of her own righteousness that she came out and asked for her sister to be sent in to join her. That is what a noble hiding place does. It does not just hide you, it recruits. And Jonah, anointed one, notice how respectable his escape was. He did not throw a tantrum. He did not curse heaven. He walked down to a port, found a ship going to Tarshish, and he paid the fare. There was a receipt. It was a legitimate vessel, with a legitimate crew, going to a legitimate destination. That is how avoidance actually looks in the life of a serious person. It almost never looks like rebellion. It looks like a reasonable itinerary that happens to point away from the one thing you were told to finish. Now let me hand you back the keys, and I want you to hold this next line like a tool, not like a poem. When they came at Nehemiah for the 4th time, he did not argue with them and he did not apologize. Nehemiah chapter 6 verse 3. He sent word back that he was doing a great work and could not come down. That is not arrogance. That is a man who understood that his presence in the valley was the only thing standing between his wall and its finishing. Chosen one, so here is your version, and I want you to say it out loud once tonight, so that your mouth has already made the shape before you need it. I am in the middle of something I have to finish. I cannot come to that. Ask me again in 6 weeks. Notice what that sentence does not contain. No apology, no explanation of what the work is, because explaining invites negotiation. No permanent no, which is what makes you feel cruel. Just a boundary with a date on the far side of it. Chosen one, boundaries are not betrayal. Refusal is not rejection. Coming down from the wall to reassure people is not humility, it is fear wearing a humble coat. And the people who love you will still be there in 6 weeks. The ones who will not be there in 6 weeks were never asking for you. They were asking for your availability. Anointed one, I can hear the 3 objections rising in you, because I have heard them in every room where this word has been spoken, and every one of them is reasonable. So let us take them one at a time, and let none of them survive the next 4 minutes. The first one says your situation is genuinely different. You cannot pick one because all 7 have someone attached who will suffer. A parent, a child, a spouse, already carrying too much. And you are right that your circumstances are specific. Nobody else has your exact 7, but the mechanism underneath is not specific to you at all. The house does not care whose doors they are. 7 ajar is 7 ajar. And the person most likely to lose everything to that arithmetic is precisely the person with the most people depending on them. Choosing one is not abandoning 6. It is the only way any of them ever get finished. The 6 do not need you spread thin across all of them. They need you to prove, once, that a thing in your hands can reach an ending. Chosen one. The second objection is quieter, and it hurts more. It says, your one thing is too small to be dignified with the word calling. It is not a ministry. It is not a movement. It is a letter, a room, a small repair, a business that will never be large, a book nobody has asked for. Chosen one. Hear this. Heaven has never once measured an assignment by its audience. The standard is not size. The standard is whether it was given to you and whether it is finished. A small thing finished outranks a magnificent thing at 80% every single time, in every ledger that matters. The third objection comes from the ones who have been at this the longest. You have tried this before. You made the list. You picked the priority. You had one clean week, and then by the following Thursday all 7 were open again, and you were exactly where you started, only now with the added shame of having tried. Here is the difference. What you tried before was a change in behavior. What we are doing here is the removal of the reason the behavior keeps returning, and that reason is not on your calendar. It is underneath it, and we will reach it before this message is over. Anointed one. Now let me close a loop I opened near the beginning. I told you a doctor I trust had built something for the gap between knowing which door to close and being able to hold your attention on it long enough to close it. I have waited until now to bring it forward for one reason. A solution is only useful to someone who can see the full shape of the problem, and you could not see the shape until this moment. You can see it now. So the answer is coming, and it is not what most people expect. But before that, put whatever you are holding down for a moment, both feet on the floor. Take one breath that is deeper than the last 20 you have taken. Now see the house, your house, the interior one, at night. 7 doors down a long hallway, each one cracked open, cold air moving through all of them at once, and you standing in the middle of it in your bare feet, the way you have stood for years. Do not close them yet, just look. Chosen one, now find the door with light under it. There is one, there always is. It is not the loudest door, and probably not the one you would have chosen with your mind. It is the one your eyes keep returning to. Walk toward it, put your hand flat on the wood, and feel that it is warm. That warmth is evidence that something has been alive behind that door the whole time you were apologizing for it. Stand there, breathe once more, then let the picture go, and come back to the room you are in. Chosen one. If you saw a door, if there was even one that pulled your eyes when I said that, go to the comments and type, I close one. Type it now while it is still warm in your hand, because a thing named while, you can still feel, it stays named, and a thing you wait to name until the morning becomes another draft. Chosen one, as we cross into what is ahead of you, let your spirit slow down, because I am about to take a word you have been using your whole life and hand it back to you with a different weight in it. Anointed one, you have been waiting to discover your calling, and the reason it has never arrived is that you have been looking for the wrong category of thing. You have been scanning for a career, a title, a position at the front of a room, a following, a door with your name on the outside of it. So every time something small and bounded arrived in your hands, you set it aside and kept scanning because it did not look important enough. Here is the mechanism. A calling is not a profession, and it is not a stage. A calling is a bounded piece of work with an edge on it that only you are present to finish. That is the whole definition. Bounded, meaning it can be completed. Present, meaning you are the one standing there. And because it has an edge, it can actually be reached, which is exactly why the opposition works so hard to keep you believing your calling is something enormous and vague. A vague calling can never be finished, and a thing that can never be finished can never be judged. And there it is again, the same shelter in a new coat. Anointed one, this reframe is going to cost you a little pride, so brace for it. You were not called to serve, you were called to ship. And by ship I mean the plain old meaning of the word. To take a thing out of your own hands, declare it finished, and let it go where it is going without you standing beside it, explaining what it could have been. Chosen one, Elisha understood this in a way most of us never do. When the mantle fell on him, he was behind a plow, and what he did next was not spiritual theater. He killed the oxen and he burned the plow and he used the wood of his own equipment to cook the meat. He did not sell the plow. He did not store it in case the new thing did not work out. He removed the option of returning. That is what closing a door means when a grown person does it. And Joseph, before he administered a nation through a famine, he administered a prison completely. Every detail of it, the records and the rations and the men nobody else wanted to look at. And he finished that small assignment so thoroughly that when the larger one came, his hands already knew the shape of finishing something. Heaven did not promote him for potential. Heaven promoted him for a completed prison. Anointed one. So let me show you where this goes. 14 months from now, on an ordinary afternoon, you are holding the finished thing. Not a plan for it. The thing. It is smaller than you imagined and heavier than you expected. And there is a strange quiet in you because the work no longer lives inside your body. And when you look up at the 6 remaining doors, 3 of them are simply gone, not abandoned, outgrown. They fell off the moment the one thing was finished because they were never assignments, they were substitutes. 2 of the others have arrived in their proper order and are waiting patiently for a person who now knows how to reach an edge. And the last one belongs to somebody else. And you can finally see that it always did. Anointed one, let me give you the road, because revelation without a root is a good feeling that fades by Friday. The rule is 1 door at a time, and it is stricter than it sounds. Not 1 door emphasized, 1 door finished. The other 6 do not get worked on quietly in the margins. They get written on a single page and set in a drawer, and that page is a promise, not a graveyard. You are not killing them. You are giving them a proper place to wait. Chosen one, protect 1 hour, and let it be the same hour, because a moving hour is an hour that dies. Define done in 1 sentence before you begin, and do not renegotiate the definition once the work gets uncomfortable, because that is when the definition always tries to grow. And when the one thing is finished, do not immediately open another. Sit in the finished state for 2 full days. Your body has to learn what completion feels like, or it will keep reaching for the familiar hum of the unfinished. Now let me put 2 old words in your hands. On the cross, the final word recorded is the Greek word tetelestai. Most people hear it as a word about stopping. It is not. It was a commercial word before it was a holy one. It is what was written across the face of an invoice when the last payment cleared. Paid in full, nothing owed. When you finish something, you are not merely stopping. You are settling an account that has been open in your chest for years. And there is a Hebrew word for the work you were assigned, malaka, which is not the same word as the labor of a servant grinding through a day. 2 different words for 2 different things. One is what is done to you. The other is what was handed to you. You have been treating your malaka like a chore and your chores like your malaka, and no wonder your soul is confused. Anointed one, there is a man in North Carolina, and I will not say more than that, who heard this teaching and did the paper exercise on a Sunday night at his kitchen table. He did not close 6 doors that evening. He closed the conversations around 6 doors. 6 phone calls, 6 short messages, 6 people told plainly that he would not be continuing. It took him 90 minutes, and his hands shook for the first 4 calls. He wrote afterward that he slept 9 hours and woke before his alarm for the first time in 3 years. The 1 remaining door was finished 11 weeks later. Chosen one, stay with me now, because everything up to this point has been about the doors. What comes next is about the one standing in the hallway. There is a physical reason you can know exactly which door to close and still not be able to hold yourself in front of it, and it has nothing to do with willpower and nothing to do with your character. Here is why it matters. Closing a door is not one action. It is a few hundred small acts of attention held in the same direction over weeks, and that capacity has been eroding in you for 20 years. It is why the paper exercise transforms some people and evaporates for others. Not different levels of faith, different levels of available attention. Here is what has been happening. Your mind was built with two halves, meant to work as one instrument. When they are synchronized, attention holds, and you can stay with a single thing long enough to reach its edge. When they drift apart, you know exactly what to do, and cannot stay in front of it, because a partly synchronized mind is physically more comfortable switching than staying. And here is who this concerns. Not everyone. It concerns the person who has genuinely tried, who kept the vows and still watched their own attention slide off the one thing they cared about most. If that is not you, this is not for you, and that is completely fine. Chosen one, you have not been failing to finish. You have been trying to finish with an instrument that was quietly taken out of tune. Now, do you remember the question I asked you to hold near the beginning of this message, about whether your inability to stay with one thing might not be your character at all? Here is the answer, and it won the Nobel Prize. In 1981, Dr. Roger Sperry received the Nobel Prize for research showing that the two hemispheres of the brain are distinct systems designed to operate in synchronization. When that synchronization is strong, the whole brain engages as one instrument. Researchers measuring this found that around 98% of young children test at creative genius level, while fewer than 1 in 1,000 adults still do. Modern life pulls the two halves out of step. That is not a spiritual failure. It is a physiological one, and physiological things have addresses. A woman from California described the years before she found this. She had prayed and journaled and tried every practice she was handed, and kept landing in the same place, believing the words and unable to feel anything behind them. About 10 days in, something cleared, as though something long blocked had finally opened. Not because she pushed harder, because the receiver had been repaired. A man from Texas described it differently. He had spent years holding things together for everyone, while his own mind grew thin and slow. 2 weeks in, he said his mind was running on everything it was supposed to run on, and the fog he had stopped noticing as fog was gone. Both were describing the same thing, and it exists because of what a team of neuroscientists spent years building. That team is led by Dr. Daniel Barone, a neurologist in New York. They took over an hour of clinical neural sync technology, the kind of whole-brain protocol used in specialized medical settings, and compressed it into an 8-minute targeted auditory sequence. 8 minutes, headphones, eyes closed. That is the entire requirement. They call it the Genius Switch. It is not a meditation app and not a mood track. It is a sequence engineered from the Sperry research to bring the two hemispheres back into step so attention can hold in one direction again. Dr. Barone is direct about why other audio products underwhelm. They address a fraction of the picture. Hemisphere synchronization is a different mechanism, and it produces a different category of result. The Genius Switch is not for everyone. It is for the chosen one, who has been faithful for years and has never once held a finished thing in their own hands. Most people scroll past this, having accepted the reduced version of their mind as permanent. You are still here. Colleagues told him it would be fair value at $500, which is not strange when in-person neurofeedback runs $300 an hour and a home machine runs $7,000. It was released at $49, and on their page a further $10 comes off, bringing it to $39. 4 things come with it at no cost. A guided visualization from a top-rated creator on the Calm app. A grocery guide naming 10 common foods that thicken mental fog. A manifestation text more than a century old. And a printable page of 5 habits. All of it sits behind an unconditional money-back guarantee. Listen once or listen 80 times, and if it does not do what it has done for over 18,000 people, every dollar returns with no conditions. What God has already placed near you becomes visible to a mind running whole in a way it does not to a mind running in halves. The provision is not new. The receiver that recognizes it is what gets restored. One thing worth naming plainly: if you go searching for tracks with similar names, you will find them. His team examined those, and most contained no neural sync technology at all, because the barrier to labeling something is essentially zero. The mechanism is the point, and it only exists in what his team built. The direct page is the only verified source. If your spirit resonates with what has been described, the link is in the description below and in the pinned comment. You can read everything on their page before deciding anything. The tool does not close the door for you. It does not obey for you. What heaven is doing in you was never conditional on anything you can purchase. But a mind that can hold still gives what heaven is doing more room to land. The deeper current of this word is where we return now. Chosen one, let me hand you the practical part, the part for the actual Tuesday, when you sit down in front of the circled door and your whole body wants to be somewhere else. The first 20 minutes are not work, they are a toll. Every time you sit down with the one thing, there will be a stretch where nothing good happens, and your mind offers you 3 excellent alternatives, all productive, all from your other 6 doors. Pay the toll. Do not negotiate with it. The toll is the same length whether you are gifted or not. Anointed one, second, finish it ugly. A thing completed at 85% of the quality you wanted is a finished thing. A thing polished forever at 80% of completion is a monument to your fear. Nobody was ever handed a crown for the beauty of a draft. Third, when the 6 come knocking, and they knock loudest in the week you get close, write them down instead of doing them. Keep a page beside you and put every intruding door on it. You are not refusing them, you are cueing them. The mind releases a thing it trusts has been recorded. And fourth, when you are nearly there, when you can see the edge of it, expect the strangest resistance of your life. That is where almost everyone stops. Not at the start, near the end, and I am going to tell you exactly why before this word closes. Before we go further, pause here. Put your hand flat on something solid and take one slow breath. You are not behind. You are unfinished, and unfinished is a state, not a sentence. Chosen one, Scripture puts the whole matter in one line. In Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 8, the end of a thing is better than its beginning. Sit with how offensive that is to the way you have been living. Every ounce of admiration in your world goes to beginnings, the announcement, the launch, the first day of the new discipline. Heaven gives the honor to the ending, and heaven is not impressed by your starts. So here is what I want from you now, and it is the boldest thing I have asked. Go to the comments and type, "It is finished." Not because it is finished yet, because your mouth and your hands need to make the shape of that sentence before your circumstances do. Declare the ending before you can see it, the way every builder in Scripture had to, and then go build toward the words you already said. Anointed one, we are almost at the part I promised you at the very beginning, because everything I have taught you so far assumes you actually want the thing finished, and there is one more layer underneath that assumption. There is a reason your work stops at 80% instead of 20, and it is not fear of failure, and it is not perfectionism, and it is not a lack of time. It is an agreement you made, and you made it on purpose, and it saved you. And for the one who felt something move when the mind was spoken of a few moments ago, what was described is still waiting in the description below. It is a small step, but small steps taken by a mind that can hold still have changed entire seasons, and that is the last I will say about it. And here is the part you probably did not expect. Anointed one, it is not the shortage of time. You have proven that already, because you have found time for 4 other doors this month. It is not that you lack discipline, because you have kept commitments to other people for 20 years without one failure. It is not fear of failing either, and this is where nearly everyone gets it wrong. A person afraid of failure stops at 10%. You do not stop at 10, you stop at 80, and 80 is not fear of failing. 80 is something else entirely. 80% is the last place on earth where a thing cannot be judged. At 80, the work is still potential. It is still going to be extraordinary. Nobody has read it, bought it, walked into it, or measured it, so its value is infinite and untested and completely safe. The moment you finish it, potential collapses into fact, and the fact might be ordinary. So somewhere behind your own awareness you signed something. The 80% agreement. The terms are simple. I will always be almost. I will carry the identity of a person with something great inside them, and I will never hand it over to a verdict. And the terrible genius of it is that from the inside, it looks exactly like high standards. Chosen one, hear me carefully now, because I am not here to accuse you. You did not fail. You signed that agreement in a season when signing it kept you alive. There was a year in your life when one more verdict would have finished you, when you had already been measured and found wanting by people whose opinion had weight, and your soul did the only intelligent thing available. It moved your treasure to the one room nobody could enter, the unfinished room. That was not cowardice. That was survival, executed brilliantly by a person with almost no options. Chosen one, but you are not in that year anymore. The people whose verdict could have broken you are not in the room. What was meant to destroy you has only revealed your resilience, and a shelter that saved your life in the winter becomes a cage if you are still living in it in the spring. So this is the release, and it takes one sentence. The agreement can be ended by the person who signed it, and you signed it. You do not need permission from anyone to close a contract you drew up yourself in a season of pain. You simply have to say plainly that the season it protected you from is over. Anointed one, everything now rests on one thing, and it is not the 7 doors. It is whether you are willing to be seen holding something finished. So take one breath here, because what comes next is not more teaching, it is a doing. So we will not end this with understanding. Understanding has never closed a door in the history of the world. We are going to end it with a small act, and I want you to do it tonight before you sleep. Chosen one, here is the instruction. Not the big door, not the circled one. Choose the smallest of your 7, the one that would take under an hour, and finish it before your head touches the pillow. Send the message, make the call, pay the thing. Throw away the materials for the project you already know is not yours. One door, tonight, all the way shut. Now close your eyes for a moment and see it. You are standing in that hallway again, in your bare feet. You put your palm flat against the smallest door and you push, slowly, and you feel the resistance of the cold air coming through, and then you feel the latch take. That small metal sound, hear it. That is the sound of your own house getting 1 degree warmer. And understand what you just did, because your mind will call it insignificant by morning. You did not eliminate a task. You proved to your own body that a thing in your hands can reach an ending. That is the belief the last 20 years took from you, and it does not come back through teaching. It comes back through evidence, and you just manufactured your first piece. Anointed one, so here is your anchor, and I want you to keep it for the rest of your life. Tonight, before you sleep, 1 door. Say that phrase in your kitchen, say it in your car. Tonight, before you sleep, 1 door. And every time you say it, place your palm flat against something solid, a wall, a table, a door frame, so your hand learns the shape of closing. Chosen one, before we seal this, let us be grateful for a moment. Not for the finished thing, because it is not finished yet. Be grateful for the 7. Every one of those doors was opened by a person who cared enough to begin. Ungenerous people do not end up with 7 open doors. Only the willing do. Your exhaustion is the receipt of a generous life, and heaven has read every line of it. Chosen one, now release the 6. Not forever, just out of your hands and into hands that can hold them without getting tired. You are not their keeper tonight. You are the keeper of 1. Place your hand on your heart and declare this with me. I am not behind. I am unfinished. And unfinished is a season, not a name. I release the agreement that kept me at 80%. I choose 1 door, and I will finish it. And what I finish, I will hand over with an open palm. Say it again, if your voice shook, because the shaking is the old agreement leaving the room. Words spoken out loud do something that words thought never do. Your ears hear your own voice. Your body registers a witness, and a decision that has a witness stops being a wish. And now, go down one last time and type the words, I finish the 1. 4 words. Leave them where your future self can find them on a Thursday when the toll feels too high. Anointed one, may the door you touch tonight close cleanly. May the 6 wait quietly and in good order until their proper turn. May the one thing that only you can finish Find your hands rested, your mind whole, and your house warm at last. And may you live to hold it, finished, and know that it was always yours to complete. Go in peace and sleep well tonight.